It's fruit fly cleanup time. So I've got 2 jars here and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Okay, and I want you to use the right waste container. So first of all, you're going to take off the label. Okay, and the label goes in the regular trash can. We don't want to be mixing the trashes because we've got different places that they go. So the label goes in the regular trash can. Okay, then you're going to take your plug out, and if it gets stuck, there are a pair of tweezers. If it goes inside the jar, I've already done that twice this morning, you can grab it out with the tweezers. Put some gloves on, because what I'd like you to do is clean off the stopper, right? So you're going to clean off the stopper into, this is our fruit fly garbage, all right? This is what we're going to keep our fruit fly garbage in. You're going to clean off the stopper as best you can. Just get as much, any of the fruit fly bodies. These we keep. They go in the cardboard box of stoppers. This, any of the stuff you can see, some of it's already rattling, or well, let's see, you can see it's rattling around in there. So you can dump it. And then we've got 2 instruments, 1 per lab. So these are labeled section 1, right? You've got a big one and we've got a little one. And you're going to use that to scrape as much of the gunk off the walls as you possibly can. Okay, and keep in mind that whatever you can't get off, poor Asif has to do, our lab tech. So please make sure you're scraping, right? And you can use this one. You can use this small one. And you can see the edges where you can get some of the pupa off of there. And you'll see better, see that food that's on there? You can kind of scrape at that and get that off as much as you can. Okay, get that off as much as you can. And you'll see it better when you get off the marker sometimes. You use this to sort of tap it, but don't break them, right? You're gonna get 1 alcohol pad, 1 only. Do not use multiple. You don't have enough for that. Alcohol pad wrappings go in the regular trash. Don't fill it up with our stuff, okay? So you're just going to use the alcohol wipe, and some of the marker comes off easier than others. I've noticed the red is actually really hard to get off, but you're going to scrub until you get all of the Sharpie off of the jar. And the alcohol wipe can be used, you know, until it's totally black. I have not yet had to do another alcohol wipe. Okay, but you know, this one had a lot of markings on it, which is great, means your fruit flies grew really well. But it also means you're going to have to put in a little bit of elbow grease to get all of the marking off. Okay, and once I've gotten marking off, I can actually see more of the pupa underneath there that I need to still get off. Right, so sorry, this takes a minute, but it all does come off. Even the red does come off with the alcohol wipe. It just takes a minute. Let's see, I think I've gotten it all. Almost. Because the next semester, people don't want their jars all marked up already. Right? Okay, so you can see I've gotten the Sharpie off, but you can see a lot of the pupa still on the side because the marker's gone. Whoops, I threw that in the wrong place. Alcohol wipes go in the regular garbage. Okay, not in the fruit fly garbage. And then you can go back and get some of those ones you missed, right? Because you can now see them on the jar. And it's not going to be perfect, right? You're not going to be able to get it all off. It's going to have to soak, but we're doing as much of the work as possible. This one's really good for scraping the bottom. If you stick it in and just twist, it'll get at that bottom, especially in the small tubes. The small tubes, this works great. You just turn it in and twist, 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 and it gets everything off. All right, these bigger tubes are a little harder than the smaller tubes. Okay, so you can see like some of this is just really stubborn, and it is not going to come off no matter how much I soak it or I scrape it, some of it, but it's not going to come off totally, and that's okay. That's okay. And some of these pupa that are up in the corner here, I'm not able to get even with my best instrument. So we're going to leave that, but you're doing your best. I mean, that's a pretty clean jar, okay? We just reuse these. Okay, this is what I want you to go set back on the counter. But first, you're gonna take a picture, upload it to Top Hat, and then just set this back in your lab section. So we should see each section's jars sitting there. And the same goes for the small tubes. Small tubes, same thing. We're gonna keep the stoppers, we're gonna keep the tubes, we're gonna scrape it out as best we can, we're gonna clean them off. And then you'll just set them back on your counter where you had the fruit flies growing, but clean. And then the lab tech can come in and we'll start soaking them. But with your help, this will be a much less crazy experience to get all of this cleaned up. So we really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Make sure alcohol wipes and wrappers go in the regular trash. Any fruit fly waste goes into here, and that we keep the stoppers, okay? All right, that's it. Thanks.